Hey, what's up? Um, okay, so of course I got the Legion Go. I got the Switch 2 behind me. I might grab that to see if it works with this too. But so mm, I guess I can't say earlier this year. I've had about like I think it was like three different fight sticks, and then I had one leverless controller. The leverless one I had was I think it's called the Hot 42. I forgot what number it was, maybe like a J12 or something, J13. Leverless controller. So I've got a fight stick right here. I got the Mayflash F300. I also had the 8-bit do, and I had another one too. But I ended up giving those away because the 8-bit do one is cool. But it's wireless, and I end up realistically, if I'm sitting here, I'm gonna be using this. The 8-bit do I could bring with me to places, but you had to plug a dongle into it. So if I had like, say, if I was out somewhere and I had my Switch with me. You could also use it in Bluetooth. I would switch over to the Bluetooth mode, but it had like weird connection issues unless you were wired. So I'm like, if I'm going to be wired, I might as well just make this. This is the main one I use when I'm going to be playing against somebody. Like if I'm playing seriously. Um, the leverless one I had, I sold to somebody because I think it was sold to the same guy that I sold a stick to. I sold the stick for like 25, $30 or whatever. Because this dude is a big fighting game fan. I didn't know it. No, we were talking at work about games, and he's like, "Yeah, I love fighting games. Like, you ever tried to stick?" He's like, "What?" And like we played City of the Wolves, and that dude was incredible. Um, he's never used a stick before. He said he's always wanted to try it. I'm like, "All right, sure, I got you. I'll go ahead and I'll sell this to you for like $30." So he brought it. I brought it in. He tried it out. I doubt he still uses it because he's always used a controller. But same guy. We were talking about sticks and stuff because I was giving him like tips on how to use them. Um, he was like, "Man, what I really want to try is I've always wanted to try a leverless." So I was like, "Oh, that's funny," because I had that Hot 42, which I bought because it was pretty cheap, and I've always wanted to try one out too, but I don't want to spend like 250 on a hitbox. There's a couple of other styles that are out there too that I want to check out. There's a few that are laid out instead of it being like joystick buttons, like the big round buttons, they are basically keys, like keyboard keys. Um, I've been wanting to try those out, but I don't know. Every time I look at the price, I'm like, man, am I actually going to use this? And then I start thinking like, well, I'm going to get something like this. I'm probably just going to end up using a keyboard. But the thing I like about it is that like if you look at let's see if this shows up or not, it might. All right, so if you got a keyboard, you got the arrow keys down here. So when I grew up playing emulators, I would always use my right hand on the arrow keys, and then I would have my buttons would be over here. So it'd be like the Super Nintendo would be like A, B, X, Y, L, R, which isn't the way it's actually laid out in a Nintendo controller, but for me that just made sense. I'm just like, all right, I just want to get the control set and I would just play. I'm not playing a lot of platformers. I was playing a lot of RPGs and stuff. Anyway, so I've seen some leverless things that are set up like a keyboard. I'm sure at some point I'll probably pull the trigger on one because they're like $40, $50. But I saw this thing over here that I haven't opened yet. Hopefully it's going to be disappearing. Um, we'll see. But this is, I think it's called like the what do they call it? The Do Cam. I don't know. It's like a 16 button thingy, 16 button leverless controller. So I got this because I don't know if I've streamed it or not yet, but I made the mistake. I picked up Street Fighter 6 on Switch 2. Um, when I got my Switch 2, I hadn't really read up a lot about it until right around release. So I knew the Mario Kart bundle was out there, so I got that because it was launch day. They happen to have some in stock, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and get this. It's $500 for this, or it's 450 for a Switch 2, and then like $80 for the game, which I'm like, I'm not spending $80 on Mario Kart. I'm not that big of a Mario Kart fan. Anyway, so I got the Mario Kart bundle. And I had read up about like game key cards. I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, what? Game key cards? Because people were complaining, like, man, what? Why would they make these game key cards? And people are like, well, because I want to have a physical game. And I read about them. I'm like, so if you didn't know, the way game key cards work is that if you get a Switch 2 game, there's only a couple that have the game on the cartridge. I don't mean like people talk about like if you go buy, I don't know, well, let's just say Street Fighter 6 for the PS5. You put it in. If it connects to the internet, it's gonna have to update, so you're gonna have to do updates anyway. So like, well, what difference does it make? You're gonna have to update your game. It's like, no, no, no. The point is, if you get a game key card, such as, because this was me, I was at work and I was like, man, I really want to have Street Fighter 6 on the Switch 2 to see how it runs. And then they give me, I don't really have anybody to play with on the PC anyway, so I'm gonna play the game. I've always wanted to finish the World Tour mode or whatever they call the story mode. So I picked this up. I knew this was in the store. I just got paid. I'm like, you know what? I can justify this. I'll just go ahead get Street Fighter 6. It's the years 1 and 2 edition. So you get all the characters from seasons 1 and season 2. It says it's 26 altogether, which is, if you get the base game, I think it's like 16 characters or something. Um, and the other thing about the fighters in Street Fighter 6 is that they add them to the World Tour, and you can learn their abilities, and it's got all sorts of extra stuff that they didn't have in any of the previous games. Cool game. I like Street Fighter 6. Um, so I go to the store, go to the back. I'm sitting there looking. Get somebody. It's a Walmart. I'm like, hey, can you unlock this game from the case? I'm sitting there. I'm like, is this what I want to do? Because I kept looking at it digitally. I'm like, man, this game never goes on sale digitally. I'm thinking, because I'm in a rush. I'm like, shoot, you know what? I might as well just buy the physical game because I can just plug this in and I can play it whenever. I don't have to worry about having it on my hard drive or the whatever, the SD card. Cool. So I go get the game, check out, get to my car, take the shrink wrap off, and I look down and I'm like, you son of a bitch. It's not going to show up. Let me see if I can change my filter. I'll just do a blur filter. Hang on. Try this out. This will work. All right. So anyway, so the bottom of this right here, it says it's a game key card, and I'm like, it can't be that bad, right? So I take this, plug it in. Oh, this came with the stages too. Put it in the Switch 2. I'm in the car. I'm like, you know what? There's got to be something on the disc. There's nothing. You get a game key card. The reason people complain about this is that if you buy the game digitally, they have virtual game cards anyway. So you have to insert the virtual game card, download the game to your hard drive. That's just downloading the game. If you have like 2 Switch 2s, that means you can only have it on one at a time. You can also share some games like that. But again, if you buy it digitally, you download it to the hard drive, and then you just hit the button and you play. Sometimes it's got to connect to the internet to verify stuff, to make sure that you own the game. But that's about it. If you have it on the hard drive, you can play it whenever. If you have a game key card, what this means is, my dumbass, this is why people make a big deal about this. You go buy this, there is nothing on this cartridge. You put the cartridge in, cartridge is like, all right, cool, you got Street Fighter 6. Bet. Where's your internet connection? Like, I don't have one here. Okay, well, you're gonna have to insert anytime you want to play this. You can't just have the game on your hard drive. You have to insert this. This connects to Nintendo servers. Like, all right, hey, you have this cartridge. We're gonna download the game. So now you just have a physical download. There's nothing on this. So now you download the game to your device, your Switch 2. Okay. So once you get it downloaded, if you want to play it, you have to have the cartridge in there. If you take the cartridge out, even though you have it downloaded and you own this, the game won't launch. So what this means is, say if you are in a situation where like, hey, I'm on the go, I've got a case, I don't really have any spots for any extra games. I got one game in my thing. For me, I own Cyberpunk. I bought Cyberpunk because I knew that was an actual game that was on the disc or on the cartridge or whatever. If I had Cyberpunk in there, I'm like, man, I want to play Street Fighter 6. If I don't have it on me, I can't open that. Cyberpunk makes sense to me because everything in Cyberpunk is on the cartridge. When you plug it in, you can just hit the button on the main menu. It says like, here's Cyberpunk, because it detects the cartridge, and you hit play. You're good. This is the worst idea ever. Anyway, whatever. So I got that on Switch 2. I've got this fight stick over here. I've got a bunch of controllers. I've got my this is the controller right here that I use all the time. This is the 8-bit Do. I think it's the Ultimate C or something like that. It's a Bluetooth controller. Bluetooth, and it's got a dongle. I use this thing all the time. But I was like, let me get another small stick. So again, I got this because this thing was, so a hitbox is like, I'm gonna say like 170 to 250, somewhere in that price range. There's a lot of other ones that are out there from like bigger companies. They go for like the $200 to $300 price range, which I think is crazy. They're sturdier things too, like they tend to be a little bit thicker. But the Hot 42 I had, I forgot what buttons it was. I think it uses just like cherry keyboard switches because it's a keyboard. So anyway, I got this because this was actually going on sale for like 45, 50 bucks, which is even cheaper than the other one is. So I was like, all right, let's see. Let's see. For that price, I can live, I'll see how it is. Don't know what to expect. There's not a ton of reviews out there, but it's got a lot of like good reviews. You'll be like, yeah, I got it. I'm happy with it. So part of the reason I wanted this one is that it's smaller than the one I had before. Um, this is just looking at pictures. So I've got the Mayflash F300 Elite. It's got like Sanwa parts in it. I forgot what kind of stick this is or whatever, but it's got the square gate standard, whatever. I got this right here. This thing here, and I saw the pictures, I was like, yo, this thing is like compact. Um, it's a lot smaller. It's not just because it's missing the joystick. Like a lot of them leave space on it. This looks like it kind of presses all the buttons up to the edge. So I was curious about that, but again, this is the packaging. Like it's super cheap. I don't feel any sort of padding in here either. So it says it works with this PC, Switch, PS3, PS4, Steam, and Arcade. Whatever that says. It also says to be Ace, if you can make that out, which is, I don't know what the hell that means. Multiple SOCD cleaning modes. Left and right stick emulation. The D-pad inputs. Yeah, there's a bunch of color or custom startup splash screen and easy image. Okay. Sure. So I guess they have two models of this. There's a 13 key and I got the 16 key. Part of the reason I got the 16 key is because I have some rhythm games. I can't really use it with this, I don't think. But I like the idea of having something that's like this that's just like compact, and if I want to use it for other types of games besides fighting games, I can still do that too. I think it's tiny, good lord. So the box is already shorter than the actual stick is. This here. When I saw it, I was like, man, that thing looks tiny. Look at that. Look how small it is. If you don't know how these work, so you got your regular buttons right here. So if you're playing, let's just say it was an 8-button fighting game, like Capcom style. You got your punches going over here, you got your kicks going over here, you got your left, down, right, you got up. This is also up here. And I'm assuming like 1, 2, 3, 4 are extra keys you can bind. You got a start, select, home, touchpad, and then a turbo key over there. Oh, this is cool. On the back side of it, you probably can't make it out, but they have this is what the Hot 42 had too. They show you what you can press to activate different modes. All right, let's see. What else we got? We got this is the PlayStation thing. So up here, you got a USB-C, because it's not wireless, it's got to be plugged in. It's got to be plugged in whatever device you're using. I think the PS4, it's either the PS4 or the Xbox or whatever. There is another USB on the side right here. A lot of times you have to, for one of those consoles, because I don't own one, you have to plug a controller into here and then plug this into that, and that's how you get it to work. Um, yeah, it says like left, down, right, up. Right here, this is a little screen. So a lot of times if you are using, they have the SOCD cleaning. So what that means is the problem when these things were like new is that wasn't integrated. So say if you're playing a character like Guile, who's got to do like a charge move, say you have to hold back and press forward. Anytime if you're holding back, this is it right here. So you just literally go like this and you press this, and then you hit the punch button right here, and this will do a sonic boom. The problem is that if you're using the controller, you can't do this. So what they did is now, instead of it being like, all right, so now I'm holding back, now I'm holding forward, punch. What they did is if you hit back and forward, because they're opposite directions, a lot of times it cuts off or decides what direction it's going to be. It can't be both. It'll be like, all right, so if you hit these two, it's always going to be holding forward, or it's always going to be holding backwards. Same thing with if you hold down and press up, same thing. There's different modes that different games use or require or whatever. So this, I guess, I'll let you see what that is. It probably also shows you which button you're pressing at what time. But anyway, this is, let's see. Oh, it comes with a couple of other little keycaps too. I don't know what kind of switches these are. It's cool. you can actually see the switches through the thing. The red right there that indicate. I don't think these are cherry switches, but since these are just keycaps, if you want to go out and buy other types, you could probably pull these off right here and switch these out with like I think they have like browns and reds and whatever else. They all feel a little bit different, sound a little bit different. So if you like, maybe you want something that's a little more quiet. This is actually super quiet, which is surprising. Usually they're a lot louder than this. Um, Let me press my keyboard because my keyboard is also a mechanical keyboard. So theoretically, I could take one of the switches out of here and swap these. You can hear that. That's how this keyboard sounds. It's pretty loud. Um, Feels good depending on what game you're playing, But yep. So this came with you got the thing right there, USB-C. You got the extra keycaps, and then you got this little control thing right here. Oh, this is for a different model anyway. It's funny. Yeah, if you look at the back of this isn't even the same model that I have. I'm assuming they probably have different ones listed, or it doesn't even matter, I guess. WED configurator. Because a lot of times you can go online and you can change what the buttons do in the browser or change different things about it. It says that you can change the splash screen that shows up. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this thing works. I'm gonna try it with the what's it called? The Legion Go. Because I've got mostly the same games on the Legion Go and the Switch 2. Because at the time the game's out on PC, I was playing them on PC, but when the Steam Deck broke, I was like, well shoot, I can't play anything portably anymore, which was I didn't realize it was the main way I'd been playing stuff for a while because of the Steam Deck. So we got this. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in over here and hope this thing works. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Little green. This is PS4. Let's see. Let's go hit this. This says it's plugged in, hold B, X input. Oh, I was wise trying to figure out what the sound's coming through there. Cool. All right. So we're good. That's it. Um, I'm assuming there's a way to change the colors. Let's see. Because that green is very, it's not that I just don't care for the color green on a controller like that. Um, let's see if there are shortcuts I can use to switch this. Cell mode. So it says start select X, start select R1. Let's try that out. Start select R1. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this thing down this way. Well, I guess this works. I'll figure this out. All right. So you got start select. Okay. So it changes the color. That's cool. I think the one I had before, I had it set up in a way where it was like certain buttons were lit up a different way. Like I might have had like say all the punches were reds, all the kicks were blue, and then I had like the directions whatever color. The amber is pretty cool. It's the color of my energy. They show up okay? I guess so. All right, let's see. There's like a turbo thing on or something. Check this out. Oh, here we go. Marvel's always the safest game for me to go with at the start. Okay.
Capcom presents Marvel Comics.
As soon as it goes. All right.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Controller, type A, we'll go with type B. So type B for this, if you're ever using a stick, a lot of modern fighting games have controls set up where it'll be what you want the stick to be with type B. Type A will be like, if you're using a controller, type B will be like the default stick layout. Not always, but there's a lot of games that do it. Got my teams in here, but these are the teams I had for the call.
Shield Air Show.
Pretty sure this isn't the modded version.
Surrender is your only option.
Go for broke. Fight! First attack. Reversal.
This is gonna be a battle for the ages.
Air combo. Yeah, crossover attack. Level 3. Air combo. Cool. Level 2. Yes. Air combo. Reversal. Danger. Air combo. Good. Crossover attack. Down. Air combo. Cool.
Sorry, soldier.
Air combo.
Mystic sword.
Danger. Down. Air danger. KO.
Yes, it's
You win.
What hope did you have against the master of magnetism?
So far, I mean, this feels
Get
fun.
ready for the fight of your life.
It's funny because you'll see people out there complaining about like different types, but I'm not sensitive enough to the buttons to really notice like, oh, these ones are bad, these ones are good.
Fight. First attack. Air combo. Great. Crossover attack. Air combo. Crossover attack.
Sucker! Yes! Sucker! Get over here!
so far. Where's the home button? Yeah, this has definitely got like a turbo thing or something.
Get ready for the fight of your life.
Alright. There's that. I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in. See if it gets rid of it. I don't know what it's about. It's weird. Super weird. Whatever. Let's go with right here. It's not doing it right now. Cool. I was getting worried there for a second. I was like, man, it's gonna do that stupid windowed mode or whatever. There's a shortcut I can press on the Legion Go. There's on so you got the start button on the right or whatever they call it now, and the button above it pulls up like a shortcut menu so you can activate like different power modes and some other stuff too. Let's go. See settings. Sure. It's a bunch of 2D. Oh, well, there's 3D fighting games in here too, but these are older 3D fighting games, so it should be fine. This right here would be an issue. It says R3, so I'll go with that. We'll go with right stick button. We'll just do a few matches in this.
Mark the Millennium 2001.
All records are made to be broken.
This is the thing I used to do too, where I kept hitting this over here thinking this is a button. The button's right here.
This is the first dream event of the 21st
Give it a try, let's see.
Great! I knew that groove was in your heart. Fighting 2001. What an incredible cast of warriors has gathered here. However, only one team shall be crowned the champion of the Millionaire Fighting 2001. But the road to victory is not an easy one.
Willie?
Team will need more than
We got Willie.
They will have to demonstrate a keen mind and steady nerves in order to defeat the
Hey,
competition.
we got my even see
What's going to happen?
I don't want to get Akuma.
All right, the show is about to begin.
I want Akuma because I want a character with air fireballs.
The Millionaire Fighting 2001. Oh man, are you ready for this? This tournament is held under the free ratio system. Keep rocking,
It's going to go I, Akuma, and I got Guile.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight!
Taking a second to start on this, but whatever we got to do to live.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight!
Okay, man. Oh, I'm ready. It's half circle back and
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight! Come for the thrill as the round begins.
only I waited right. Disappointing.
Just look at the expressions on their faces.
Alright,
Next
characters the way
location
they already are.
Shanghai.
Get it on.
This battle is about to explode. Fight! They came out with a sneaky surprise attack at the start of the round.
Okay, baby. That's crazy. I thought that thing was level 2.
Easy operation.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight!
Oh. I meant to roll forward, but I hit forward to roll forward. I don't need to do that in this game.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight! Wow, they came out with a sneaky surprise attack at the start of the round.
Oh my goodness. Look at how close this is. Look at how close that was. Holy smokes.
Hey, who allowed them to join this tournament? They're way too strong to compete. I mean, what's up with that? Someone is going to have to take that team down. next location is Nairobi.
Race battle.
This battle is about to explode. Fight!
Really cool.
Good job.
Live and let die. Fight!
Come on, rookie.
Now they can.
So many noises. 3. Project Justice. Actually, you know what? Let's I could use it. No, it's in here. Because I'm using this version, I forgot all about this. This was the game. If this is in here, there's a game that I have on here. That was the game where I was like, you know what? Playing 3D fighting games, this makes it so much easier. We'll go Tekken 6. Again, that's if this works. See it on here. Give myself a name, just VJ. Paid 4 buttons, and you have 2 punches, 2 kicks, lots of buttons to hit. Or they do,
Miguel! Get ready for the next battle.
Don't take it personally.
Round 1. Fight! You win.
Gosh, I miss this guy.
Round 2. Fight!
it up and you'll get yourself killed.
Get ready for the next battle.
Yeah, I was hoping I could get something that was like more compact.
Death becomes you.
Round 1.
So you
Fight. Perfect. You win. Round 2. Fight.
game with I remember going to.
You win.
Keep it
I
up
forgot
and
what
you'll
game it
get
was. Like
yourself
Castlevania
killed.
Portrait of Ruin came out at the same time as this game.
Get ready for the next
DS or
battle.
something. Yeah, it was DS, and I remember going to a GameStop. Or it might have been that. And
Round
DJ Hero
1.
and this or something came out at the same time.
Fight.
And I was there, and I'm in the line, and I see like it's probably only like 15 to 20 people there. It's a midnight release. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I used to get so excited when they did midnight releases because it wasn't a guaranteed thing. You had to have enough pre-orders. The game had to be deemed, good enough or whatever. I guess it was going to be commercially viable enough for them to open up and sell the game at midnight. So I'm there in line, and I'm talking to a couple of people, and people are like, yeah, man, this game's going to be totally different. They're going to change this and this and this, and it's going to be, yeah, they haven't really made one like this before, and they're just talking about different mechanics and stuff like that, and everybody's being vague. They're like, yeah, no, I think it was DJ Hero. It was like DJ Hero and this. And like, yeah, man, they changed, I hear they changed like the way some of the buttons work and stuff. And I was like, oh, man, that sounds cool. And, I go to check out, and someone's like, oh, hey, I'm seeing you online. I'm like, yeah, I gave him my gamer tags. I had a 360 at the time. And I'm over there, and I got DJ Hero. Oh, shit. Everybody I've been talking to was talking about Tekken 6. So I'm like, oh, I got to get Tekken 6 now. So I did, and I loved 5, but never got into 6. At the time, the people I played fighting games with online, I didn't have anybody locally. None of them played Street Fighters. They mostly played, it was like, maybe people played, like King of Fighters. Everybody was there talking
You
to me.
win.
Let me go ahead and just, I got the extra money to buy this.
Round 2. Fight.
He's got some of the moves. I didn't like him.
You
When the
win.
game was new, I didn't like him in
I've
Tekken
got
7
things
really
to
in the
do.
beginning. But like, when I was looking for other characters,
Get
in it,
ready for the next
some of
battle.
these guys have so much power behind them.
It's all or nothing.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, so
You lose.
I remember playing some
Round
Tekken 5,
2.
I had dropped off at
Fight.
I was talking to somebody, and I mean, people say this about all sorts of fighting games. It's just a rule in general. But Tekken 5 was the first one where I like literally noticed it as I got like better and better at the arcade. was I was like, dude, I don't want to play this game. I'm like, why? I'm like, it's like a turn-based fighting game. Like, what are you talking about? And the thing is like you do your turn, and the other person does their thing, and you just kind of go back and forth, and you're waiting for the opportunity, and the person that gets blown up is the person that tries to steal a turn with the wrong move at the wrong time. So say like if you do a block string, or whatever, you do a string and your entire thing gets blocked and you're negative, if the other person, you know, the idea is that they press a button they press stuff that's faster, or maybe they sidestep or whatever, throw you off. So they press stuff, you know, to try to get around you, but you know, then all of a sudden you're stunned, and then they, you know, you try to do mix-ups to try to open the person up. And let's just say after you do your mix-up, say they've managed to block the whole thing, and then say you hit jab and they hit a button, and the button they have has higher priority, that they take your turn. And once I broke it down like that, like for Tekken, I think it was Tekken 5, I was like, oh, that's all you're doing. Especially once you get higher and higher and people started learning more and more of the movesets. Of course, they've added stuff over the years to try to get rid of that, like, you know, you got the rage system and all that crap, but right there, that was, so this full back is but it was.
You win.
Just throwing out little attacks every now and then, little pokes or whatever.
Final round. Fight.
Trying to attack too much.
Not
For
bad.
that,
You
not press
lose.
anything.
I'll fight you anytime.
Continue.
You get knowledge checks too, which are like, oh, hey, this person's doing this thing, and it's like a low. And they know you don't know it, and then you don't know it starts with
Miguel. Get ready for the next battle.
You insist.
Round 1. Fight.
low.
KO. You win. Round 2. Fight.
Crazy.
KO. You win.
But I've got things to do.
Alright.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
Sweet. I wasn't sure. I was like, I think this is L3, so it's L3, R3. I don't know if it says on here or not. I don't see it. Yeah, it does. It says underneath. So this is the extra button right here. But yeah, it's pretty good. This thing is pretty good so far. Pretty good. Anything else? I mean, I played UMVC3. No good at Sam Show. It's not really going to do any good. Virtual Fighter doesn't really need a stick. A lot of 3D fighting games are games I can play with a controller or a stick. I can't play 2D fighting games with them though, just because of the all the quarter circles and stuff. Like it literally hurts my thumb after a while playing like that. Um, most 3D fighting games rely on like strings and stuff. So instead of having to worry about anything like that, you're sitting there, you're pressing like maybe like trying to think of an example, like back square or something. Mortal Kombat, as a result, is another game I can play with a controller. But most Japanese style fighting games I cannot play. Japanese 2D style fighting games. Is there anything else in here? I've got other games for sure. Like I got Dead or Alive here, but again, Dead or Alive falls into that category too. Like, I don't really need this. Shoot, Dead or Alive is a game that I honestly think I do worse with a stick because in that game, especially after playing a Tekken game, I want to sidestep, and there's so many things that you cannot sidestep in DOA because of weird tracking stuff. This right here would be cool. But the problem is I'd have to change all the controls over to here because you can't use the arrow keys because you can't press left and right or up and down at the same time. If I use these over here, I can do whatever I want to. The problem always ends up being is like, I can never find a layout that feels right. Like if I shift over to here, I'll end up hitting these two buttons up here or something. So, we can go for it. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna reset the controls, I guess. Only reason I'm doing that is because they have jumps in the game, so it'll be like press left and right or up and down, and if you hit those, it's neutral. Maybe there's a way to turn off the SOCD. That'd be neat. This is an option. Nope. Yeah, not. All right, we'll see. Oh, I know what I did. I know how I did this. Okay. So that means for this. PS4, what the hell? Whatever. I know what this is. Maybe I can just go in here and do it in here. Let's see, we'll go left, right. What the hell is it? Why is it making that sound? Get selected back, so I'll have back. Start. Yeah, it should be fine. Weird. I'll switch this too, I guess. He left. Whoa. There we go. Cool. All right. So we are technically good if this works. I'll hit back. Let's see. Let's see if I can do anything on this. This is gonna be weird because my buttons are here. And as you can see, my hands are already kind of like overlapping. The game froze. What that was about. Healing visions in that mix. This is really healing vision. I guess it's in max. This is fun. 2x. Or no, 1.5x is fine. See. I got out of sync about like 4 or 5 times throughout the song. Oh man, that's pretty cool though. This works. So one of the things I was hoping for is that maybe there's a couple of other rhythm games that I'd be able to use this with because it's got a few more buttons on it, but I don't know. Because the issue with I think trying to use like DJ Max is that DJ Max I wanted something to be like, say like here and here, but the problem is always you can't use left and right at the same time. So I got down whatever. So maybe I can do down right here and then like this or something. Sync this up real quick. Is it this? I think it is. I think it is in here. Yeah, it is. Oops. Oh, I just cut out. Damn. Try this again. I'm gonna go through all this trouble to get this thing synced up and then be like, now I'm gonna just go back to using it in handheld mode. It's fun using it in handheld mode because I can use it as I use it like actual control. Like I'll use the D-pad and the buttons, which I used to never be able to do. Here it's in this audio sync 0.027. Do it one more time. 0.74. Yeah, we're good there. Let's see. freeze right there. That damn freeze. Look at that. Look at that. That's 4 greats in one run. Oh, this thing feels so good. I think it's a good speed. 316. What? Oh man. Damn it. That one part right there near the end. That's a higher score though, whatever. I'll take it to double A. It is. This is one of those songs that like it was like, hey, we can do one more song or one more game. You gotta go. I used to love ending the game with this. Like everybody else wants to go pick the hardest song or whatever. But I'm like, man, I want to have a nice, cool, chill song after I'm done. I want to unwind with this Mobo Moga, Air. Single digit greats. Yeah, barely. 9. Awful. Man, there's so many catchy songs in this game. Nowadays, it's all anime stuff, all anime sounding themes and whatever.
She was in the mood for talking, so then he began
One great. They used to call him a black flag. One great. That's funny. They used to call it a black flag because it's like, oh, you're almost there, but you got the one thing that ruined it. It could be anything. It didn't matter. It didn't have to be a great. It could be like it could be a good, a miss, whatever. Yeah, I could see myself doing this with this controller. I started playing easier songs in the arcade because I was into freestyle when I was younger. So playing DDR, so it looks like you're kind of like dancing. So I started looking for songs that just sounded nice. Like, yeah, I could play this. You get like a double A or whatever at the same time. So it's really not too bad. Never been able to get a good song this song. This is a song that I could almost like freestyle on like heavy, but I could just never. There's a few parts in the song I'm like, what am I hitting? What am I playing? Yeah, I don't understand that song right there. Never did. It dropped out earlier. Right, that is. This was one of those songs that you had to learn how to play. If you're going to the entire song that's back up, there's only like, I don't know, maybe like 30, 40 songs in this version of the game. You get to this, and it's a 7. It's not a hard song, but there's a gimmick to it. And like once you understand the gimmick and you learn how to do it, it gets so much easier. But it's a gimmick song. There's a lot of songs that you go like that. This is what I was thinking a second ago. this? Why is this a 12? This song, I haven't played this song in like, shoot, 15 years or something crazy. We'll go with the C. That's the EBM. We'll go with the C. Oh man, that came out on I think it was the home version of like DDR Extreme or something like that. I forgot what version it was on to begin with. It came out on something else before it was in the arcade. It might have been in the arcade. It came out in like the Japanese console version or whatever. Yeah, my knowledge of DDR songs drops off right around Super Nintendo 2. I barely touched the XX or didn't touch 2014. I got back into it around DDRA, but I've been able to go play it forever. gonna do, I guess I'll do. So I'm gonna do. I'll just go without max turnips. Ah, I'm go with. Be alright. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done this speed at least. Oh, terrible. Alright, well, that's enough. I gotta be up in like 2 hours for work, so it's closer to 3, I guess. Yeah, it's closer to 3. Anyway, yeah, this thing right here, I like it. I like the fact that it's small. It's actually, I can't show it, but it's smaller than the Legion Go. It's bigger than the, like, just in terms of like size. It actually might be the size of the screen. Hold on, let me. Yeah, it's about the same size as the screen in the Legion Go if you want to know how big that thing is. So this thing is big enough for you to put both hands on. You got there's not a lot of extra space, which could be good or bad. I know some people prefer to like have this shifted over so you have more space like this, but I don't mind the compact area to work with. It feels good for fighting games. I mean, I just used it for this. In order to use it for something like this, a rhythm game, you're going to have to change it to the buttons because if you use the arrows, you can't hit opposite directions, but that's how these things work anyway. But for like 40, 50 bucks, like if you never used the leverless controller before, like, yeah, why wouldn't you go for this if you're interested? Well, that's if you're interested. These also work pretty good for, shooters and stuff too. So yeah. Yes. I give it a thumbs up. I'm impressed so far. I'm happy with it. It's nothing crazy. It's, like I said, it's smaller than the last one I had, but I could see myself using this. And again, because it's small, I could actually see this being a kind of thing that I could take with me somewhere. I clearly can't, I used to actually keep extra sticks in the back of my car, extra fight sticks. And occasionally, I'd go somewhere and I might say if I went to like a bowling alley that I knew everybody at or whatever, and I had one of those in my car and a laptop or something. We might whip it out at the bar and be like, hey, let's do a few matches in, I don't know, like Alpha 3 or something like that. And that's always fun. But if you're into leverless or you want to try it out because this is so small, I think it fits into that portable category to me. Like if you consider a Steam Deck to be a portable, which is pushing it, I mean, this is probably about Switch 2 size. It's shorter than the Switch 2, a little bit taller, but I mean, it's in that same camp. So if that counts as a handheld to you, I think this also fits as a portable device. And all you got to do is just take one USB cable with you, and it's got the instructions for stuff in the back. You got the different modes. I can do that here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's also different effects, and it saves these between startups. So yeah. Um, hang on. There's one other thing I wanted to see before I cut this off, because it said there was another type of RGB thing you can do on the backside. Supports hot plug, whatever the hell that means. It says select start and X will hit. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It does different things. This is actually a lot closer to how I used to have it, where you would have, these are your lights, these are mediums, these are heavies, this is whatever. You got the arrows over here, you got your actual buttons that you press over here, you got the other stuff on the side that's not lit up. It makes it a lot easier if you're sitting there and like just trying to go there and try to figure out like what each button does. Shoot, what did I just do? Thought it was start select X. If I was to switch it to one, I'd probably go with this right here. I'm assuming you can also go on the web configurator thing and you can probably change what these do, which is, again, that's how I like it being. I like it so if you look down real quick, you can tell what you're doing in case your hands shift over, whatever. I don't know why this is red. Maybe to let you know that's the opposite side of the thing or whatever. That's weird. It's weird because these all look like they're almost the amber color. I guess these two right here are the same. I don't know what color that is, and you got this over here. But yeah, cool. And if you can see it, that's that little screen I was talking about, or if you press a direction or a button or whatever, it just shows you what you're hitting. That's cool. Yeah, for like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Recommended. Anyway, I will see you later. I think I'm only working until 12 today. I'll be sitting in my car for probably like 2 or 3 hours waiting for my uncle to get out. Might go to a bowling alley or something because I'm going to drive home. And then I'm off Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully, if I'm free, hopefully I can go do something. Maybe stream, or maybe I'll go to the movies. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do Friday night or Saturday or whatever. So we'll see. Anyway, have a good night.